That hurt! Hi, I'm Sarah's skin. Sarah's not the most graceful person, and she fell off her bike yesterday onto the dirty ground. I tried to protect her from the nasty pathogens swarming around, but I was injured by the fall, and they slipped right past me. Good thing Sarah's immune system has got a second defense against viruses, bacteria, and microbes that try to get in. I saw it all happen when one clever little rhinovirus thought he could infect Sarah. The rhinovirus and his disgusting friends began attacking cells while I stood there helplessly. But luckily, Sarah's cells released distress signals to alert other cells something was wrong. Nearby mast cells received these signals, and their granules burst open, releasing histamine. Basophils also released prostaglandins. These chemicals dilate the capillaries and blood vessels, making them more permeable, allowing blood fluid to leak into the tissues. The microbes also activated complement proteins that led to a cascade of reactions that helped to carry out the inflammatory response. At this point, I was getting really hot and red. I was even starting to swell. But then I saw the neutrophils arrive. Neutrophils are phagocytic white blood cells, and they always know what to do. They rushed out of the engorged blood vessels and recognized the foreign invaders using toll-like receptors. Then they began engulfing and destroying pathogens. The big, ugly viruses and blood-curdling bacteria were poisoned with gases, such as nitric acid, inside the lysosomes of the neutrophils, or degraded using lysosomes and other enzymes. Then the neutrophils put the pathogen protein onto their cell membranes, which really scared some of the microbes. Macrophages, or big eaters, followed shortly after along with eosinophils. I cheered as bacterium was swallowed whole and digested by a macrophage, and a parasite was destroyed when an eosinophil discharged a destructive enzyme that damaged it. It was getting a little difficult for me to see because an accumulation of white blood cells, dead microbes, and cell debris were blocking my view. But through the pus, I saw that Sarah's immune system had saved the day, or so I thought. I'd already begun to heal myself when I heard, I'm sick. I looked over only to discover that the pesky little rhinovirus had managed to escape all those leukocytes and had infected my neighbor's cell. It was too late, and my neighbor was a goner. However, he was smart enough to secrete interferons, warned everyone else to start producing chemicals that inhibit viral reproduction. I was horrified that the rhinovirus was going to win and get Sarah sick, but the immune system was not done fighting. Natural killer cells made their way over to my sick neighbor. They knew he was in terrible trouble because he had stopped expressing the class 1 MHC molecules that most healthy cells have. They released perforin to induce apoptosis, to put him out of his misery. However, he did not die in vain. The natural killer cells were able to prevent the spread of that awful rhinovirus. It was a close call, but the second line of defense really knows how to protect Sarah from a variety of pathogens. Sometimes, if a virus is really strong, leukocytes will release pyrogens. I don't like pyrogens because right after I see them, I start getting uncomfortably hot. Some of the other cells tell me this is called a fever. It's supposed to denature the proteins of pathogens so they cannot survive. But those leukocytes have to be careful when they release pyrogens. If it gets too hot, the good cells start denaturing as well. Usually it doesn't get to that point. Most times, I manage to keep out harmful invaders, but it's good to know that there are multiple defenses that always have my back.